Okay, so before I start this, I just want to say, I know my roots are terrible, so please do not think you have to leave a comment telling me my roots are terrible, because I know. It's not like I look at myself in the mirror every single morning. With that being said, hello there, beautiful humans. So, I understand I am very late to the party whenever it comes to getting this palette. To be completely honest, I didn't think I wanted this at first. I looked at the shadows and I was like, maybe I don't want it, because I probably already have all these shades anyways, blah, blah, blah. Then I saw a tutorial yesterday on YouTube, and then I decided, okay, I'm just gonna go out and get this palette. So today I went out to my local Sephora and I got this palette. And good things do come in black and white boxes. It's not even in this box, I don't know why I showed you that. But anyways, the palette is the glorious, ever so talked about, Urban Decay, Alice in Wonderland, Through the Looking Glass palette. It's so pretty! I took this out of the box earlier today and I freaked out. Just about. Haven't touched any of the shadows or anything like that. I am thinking about maybe doing a tutorial or something tomorrow, but probably not today because I already put makeup on, blah, blah, blah. I'm not wearing this on my eyes or my lips right now. I didn't even get the lipsticks. Number one, because they are pretty pricey, and number two, because I didn't really think I'd have much use for them. On that note, let's tear into this box. Comes this very pretty box. You flip it open. It has this nice little saying. It says, "I'm not strange, weird, off, nor crazy. My reality is just different from yours," which I love. And to be completely honest with you, I kind of want to get that tattooed somewhere. It has this little mirror saying, "We're all mad here," and you can see the computer, blah, blah. And I kind of want to get that tattooed too, because I am obsessed with Alice in Wonderland. All my friends will tell you, I love the book, I love all of the movies. I've seen the original movie from the 1930s, the old cartoon, and the newer one by Tim Burton, and I have read the actual book by Lewis Carroll. I think it's by Lewis Carroll. If not, I'm sorry, fake fan. But then you open this, and it has this little butterfly. The reason why I'm holding so tightly to the bottom is because after you close that, and you open at the bottom, there are all the shades. And they're all so pretty and wonderful, and I love them. And it comes with this little brush and everything, blah, blah, blah. And I would say that this palette has like a lot of diversity with the shades and stuff. I mean, you have your darker, more crazy shades, your matte shades, your neutral shades, your glittery shades. It's pretty diverse. Anyone could probably get good use out of this palette. Oh, and there's a little thing on the back too. That's cute. The camera's so shaky. I keep bumping my makeshift tripod. My bad. Each row represents a main character, so I'm gonna look on the back and make sure I get this right. This row represents Alice. This row second row represents the Mad Hatter. The middle row represents Moana? I'm trying to pronounce it from how they said it in the first Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland. I think she said it was like Miwana or something. I don't know. And then this row up here, Erasabeth, the Red Queen. And then over here on the end, we have Time, which is interesting. And I think each shade does represent each character pretty well. Because with Alice, you have the more, like, plain neutral shades, but they're still beautiful. And then with the Mad Hatter, you have the crazier shades and everything. And then with the White Queen, you have once again, the really neutral, kind of glittery white shades. Then you have the darker shades with the Red Queen, because she's supposed to be dark and evil. Which personally, the Red Queen is my favorite. Unpopular, unimportant fact, whatever. I don't know who Time is, so I haven't seen the movie yet. So, guessing he's a pretty dark person with these shades and everything. These look metal. And I think and one of the review videos that I watched yesterday did mention this too. She mentioned that this kind of looks like metal or something, but it's not actually. It's black and white together. So it's kind of a little bit of an optical illusion, which I think is really cool. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. Okay, there we go. On to the swatches, and I'm going to take, I think I'm probably going to use the Too Faced primer because my Urban Decay primer is running out. But I'm going to take this Too Faced primer, and I'm going to swatch them. I think I'm going to go ahead and swatch them, like, here or something. Oh my gosh, in my neighborhood, I'm sorry, I know I'm so off track right now, but in my neighborhood, this is like a family, suburban neighborhood, whatever, and I swear, literally every single time I sit down to film, there are people, like, walking their dogs and just walking, which I understand it's summer, it's pretty, but it's distracting. I'm afraid people are staring in at me. I'm gonna take the primer, and I hate it whenever people, like, swatch it on their fingers. Like, they'll rub their finger on it and then they'll swatch it there. And every single time I see that, I'm just like, what are you on about? I can't see anything. Here you go. You can't really see it, but up here is Looking Glass. Pearly, kind of. Maybe it would be best if I just did it on my finger. Yeah, I think I'll do that. The Looking Glass is a very pearl kind of color. I think it'd be really pretty as a highlight, which I might just, yeah, I think it would be really pretty as a highlight or like a base, but it is really pretty. It's kind of matte for what I can see, but that's okay. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, I think. I'm trying to flip my hair over on one side because people keep saying whenever, like, I keep fixing my hair and messing with my hair. It's because I am so insecure about my hair. It's always messy. But I got extensions coming in real soon. So I'm happy about that. Anyways, back on track. Okay, so Reflection is this kind of, you can kind of see that, this kind of like orangey, dark shade. I'm going to go ahead and swatch that on my finger too. Here it is. That's Reflection. Once again, it's another base highlighter. Maybe that might be something I would put on under my eye or something like that. Even though I don't really use stuff under my eye because it tends to get really itchy and it falls off because, I actually did have stuff under my eye today and I had inner corner and everything, but it came off because my eyes were so itchy. I don't know why. And then under that one we have Dormouse, which is a very neutral brown, light brown, matte shade, and you can really see that one on here. There you go. Kind of orangey. I like it. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of everyday use out of Dormouse, honestly. Even though I would probably still wear the big bright colors on an everyday basis because I'm that person. And then under that one, for the last one of Alice, we have this very pretty bright blue shade, which I'm going to just eat up like crazy. And this is Metamorphosis. And you can definitely see that on my arm right here. This is so difficult, you guys. Well, you know, the lighting sucks. Because I don't have studio lights, even though I'm sitting in front of a big, gigantic mirror right now. Lighting is still bad. This is a bad idea. I'm just gonna swatch it on my finger, even though I said I hate it whenever people swatch their fingers, but I think you can probably see it better on my finger than my arm. But that is all the shades for Alice, and I really like those. I think these would be pretty good for like everyday use, besides maybe the bright blue one, or if you're crazy like me, yeah, go ahead, use a bright blue one on an everyday basis. I am that obnoxious person that wears ridiculously loud makeup every day. You should have seen me at school this year. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this video is already 15 minutes long. I need to move on. And then now I'm going to go ahead and go into the Mad Hatter shades, which I'm very excited for. So the first shade, we have this really matte green, and that is in the shade Hatter. Very creative. Just get joking. Yeah, it's a matte green. I don't know what else to say about it. Now I'm going to move down to the second shade. It's called Gone Mad, and it is a very dark purple, and that's my middle finger. I'm not flipping you guys off. It's an accident. But here's Gone Mad. It's a matte, actually, it's a little bit shimmery. It's a little bit shimmery, dark, kind of plum. I don't know if I call it a plum. It's a really dark purple. Like, it's not like this color purple, but it's a dark purple. And I don't know why I'm going into such detail describing that. It's not like you just saw it on my middle finger where I flipped you off accidentally. The next one down is a very glittery, orangey kind of thing, and that is called Paradox. And I have a feeling I am going to use this like crazy. And below that, we have a pretty dark, wild, glittery pink. And that is in the shade Cake. Like that Melanie Martinez song. I don't know why. This palette kind of reminds me a bit of Melanie Martinez. It may just be me. But, yeah. Some of these I would say you do have to build up a bit to get really good pigment. Like, obviously, like these over here, the top, I don't know why I'm, like these, yeah, I'd probably say you would have to build that one up, and I would probably say you would have to build Cake up, probably, to get really good pigment. But other than that, the pigmentation in this is really, really good. Miwana, the White Queen shades. And these are all, I could say, you could probably use these all as like bases or transition shades or something. But at the top we have this kind of like Looking Glass, but it's kind of a bit more orangey, I would say. Looking Glass is a bit more pinky, but this is, oh my god, the way that's showing up in the camera! This is so pretty! Freak out. You see what I mean now? You see what I mean? Yeah, that's in the shade Lily. It's very, once again, very pearly. Probably definitely use it as a highlight. Really insanely good pigment. Then under that we have, and that is in the shade Duchess. I have a feeling I'm probably going to use this a lot. You could probably do something really cool with Duchess and Paradox. I might do that, but yeah. I'm really loving the pigments of the White Queen shades. Then under that we have a glittery, I honestly want to say it has a bit of a purple undertone, but this purple undertone brown glittery thing in the shade of glittery thing. Glittery shade is in the color Kingdom. And we got another person walking the dog. Come on. That's like the third person I've seen in like the course of 20 minutes. And then under that we have a darker brown, which you probably could use as a transition shade. I'd probably use it as a transition shade, and it's matte brown eyeshadow that is also swatched on my middle finger. and that is called Chessboard. I don't know if I really like this one that much. I think it kind of looks like poop. Just being real. Kind of looks a bit like poop. But whatever. It's fine. I'll use it. Oh my god, speaking of poop. Okay. So my YouTube channel, subscribe. No. Moving on to the Red Queen shades. I'm going to start from the top up because I was talking about poop. And this next shade at the bottom is a like light. It's really similar to Lily. I know it really looks like, it probably looks like literally the exact same as Lily almost. That one's Lily. That one is the name of it is Royal Flush. I just never realized that. But this is a nice pearly, hug yourself every single time I say pearl, or pearly. You could probably use this as a highlighter. Again, there's a lot of really good highlighting shades in here. The pigment's really good. It's so pretty. And it's called Royal Flush. And now above that, we have a red, a really glittery red. So I've been looking for a red eyeshadow for a while. And I found one. This is in the color Salazin Grum. So probably Salazin Grand, as I heard in Alice in Wonderland. Where the Red Queen lives. Kind of orange. Yeah. Once again. And then above that, we have a very dark navy blue in the color Bandersnatch, which I am all over. I'll probably use the crap out of this one too. I'll probably do an ombre thing with Heads Will Roll, Bandersnatch, and Metamorphosis on. Heads Will Roll! I have, honestly, this is probably the shade I was most excited for. And that is a very teal blue kind of color. And the pigment's really good. I just also put this on my hand without any primer, and the pigment's really good for Heads Will Roll. I'll probably use Heads Will Roll a lot. I probably use a lot of blue eyeshadows. I know blue eyeshadow was seen as kind of like a 80s kind of thing, but I still like blue eyeshadow, whatever. I'm probably going to move on to my other hand now. And then, yeah, let's just start at the bottom to the top for the last row, which is Time. So I'm going to take the bottom color. This one is kind of a gray, kind of a matte gray, a little bit sparkly, but a dark gray kind of shade, and that is in the color Mirror. There you go. I don't know what else to say about that color. And then going up, we have a very sparkly, glittery, dark brown called Chronosphere. Wow, that's pretty. That is very pretty. I'm so excited for that. Hold on. Can I swatch that like this? There you go. Now I'll go ahead and I'll redo it on my hand. Wow. That's pretty. I really like that. I'll probably use that a lot for everyday use. And then above this one, I think my mom was freaking out at the one above Chronosphere. It's this one. It is, I don't know how to describe this. This is kind of like a glitter pigment. I'd say this is more like a glitter pigment than anything. This is a kind of a purpley, glittery, undertone. It's in the shade Dream On. If you wanted this as an actual eyeshadow, you could probably do it. You would just have to build it up a lot. Me personally, I would probably use this as a glitter pigment above some purple or something like that. And then for the last one, we have a very dark, kind of black, it shows up as black on the back of the box. It's this one. But it looks kind of more navy than anything. Oh, but it is pretty. Here's this one. It is a dark, glittery blue. And I'm kind of amazed with the pigment with this. This is no primer whatsoever. Look at this. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is crazy, you guys. Okay. I love this palette so much. I'm so excited to try it out and record a bunch of tutorials for you and just use this like crazy. This is $60. I think I got this for $60. It was the ending price was I think 63 something. With tax and everything. This was actually the last one I got. This is limited edition. I don't know how long this is gonna be out, but I really love this. I recommend this so much to just anybody. If you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland, you just want to collect things, like just go with it. I mean, I'm gonna use this so much. I think it's worth every penny. I know $60 seems like a lot, but it is 20 shades. So whenever you multiply that, so that's only $3 per shade whenever you divide that, which is pretty good. I do think it's worth it. And you also